and welcome back to my channel and to another video. This video could end up being a long one, I'm not too sure because it's just me talking. Also, I am sorry about the lighting. I decided just to use natural light because my main light was making this look a bit weird. So here we are. So I'm sorry if it goes in and out. I'm not sure what British weather is doing today. Also, because this video could be long, I say get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, or even just a bottle of water and some snacks and just watch along. This video is aiming to help potential university students or anyone who has the idea of wanting to go to uni. I am giving you my university experience and advice for people who are going to uni in September or thinking of going in the future. So I'll give you advice on what to do before you go to uni and advice for what to happen when you're at uni, because obviously when you're at uni things are different. So because this video is going to be probably long, or I estimate it's going to be long, let's just get to it and I hope you enjoy. So I've actually got notes in my trustworthy Gryffindor notebook. I tried to film this a while ago, well a few weeks ago, and without notes, and I honestly had trouble doing it, so I figured why not write notes down. So they're really brief notes, but I'm going to expand on them because obviously I don't want to write paragraphs. First of all, before I get actually into it, I'm also going to be writing a blog post about my uni experience and I will put the video in there. So once I have done it, I will make sure to let you guys know, either via Twitter or Instagram, and if I vlog, probably via the vlog. But you'll definitely, if I want to write a blog post, but you're going to get me speaking to you about my experience, so either way, I'm sure it'll be fine. So I've got like a list of things, whether it's halls, friendships at uni and how friendships at home can be maintained, stress, budgeting, societies and social aspects as well, I guess, of uni, before I get on to actual advice, but I guess my experience can be an advice. Also, I just want to warn you, I also have a cold, so when I'm talking it sounds a bit like not trouble but blocked. That's because I have a cold. Anyway, so let's get this started. To start off with halls, my experience in halls has been, let's just say, brilliant. I actually do love my halls. If you didn't know, I go to the University of Portsmouth, so, and have several different accommodations, and you are not restricted to make friends with just one whole set of halls, which is what I like about uni. But my halls have been great. But first of all, in the flat, when you get given between 4 or 6 flatmates in the halls I'm staying in, and I was put in a place with 4. Luckily for me, I bonded really well with my flatmates very quickly. I am the only girl in my flat. There was originally meant to be another girl, but she deferred for the year, so another guy came and joined our flat. So there's 4 of us in the flat, and 3 of us really mainly hang out all the time. Like, we have one flatmate, but he spends most of his time in his room more than in the kitchen. That we all hang out in the kitchen. So we bonded really quickly, we got on really well, and I was really lucky because I know I'm aware that some people haven't got on with their flatmates, that they aren't having the best of luck and they don't enjoy living with their flatmates, and they spend most of the time at their other friends' flats or just locked in their room pretty much because they don't want to socialise with their flatmates. Like, I've been lucky with the fact that I'm not the closest, and I've been giving you my honest opinion. I'm not like closest, tight with my flatmates, but I get on really well with them. And I think only recently did I realise I might not have the bond that 2 of them have together, but I'm still wanted to put on my flat, and we do get on well. So I'm really glad that I have that part of feelings with my flatmates. I get on really well, and I don't feel like I'm actually ignored by them, so that's nice to know. There is times obviously we're in the kitchen where it gets really quiet, not because I think partly I'm not always the most, I can talk for hours with people I get on with well, or understand me, but I can't talk for hours all the time with people. And the thing is that sometimes when I go in there and it's just one person, it's not like we have a people saying, "You're right. How are you doing? Like, how was class today? Got any work to do?" Or how was, if we went out the night before and I didn't go out, or they went somewhere else. But how was the night? And we'll talk about it sometimes, or sometimes it'll just briefly, "You're right," and that's it. But either way, we still get on in the end of things. Like in the evenings, we spend a lot of time just talking in the kitchen and playing games and watching films, so we do stuff as a flat. Another thing about halls I like is that even though you get that in like when you're uni, even if living in a private accommodation, is that you feel really independent. I think it's not just halls. I think going to uni, my whole experience, I've loved the idea of being independent and not relying on your parents to do everything for you. You have to do your washing up yourself, you have to do your cooking yourself, you have to do your washing of your clothes yourself, you have to do pretty much everything for yourself now. And it's a fact that you pay your rent, you do your own food shop, and it's just scary feeling, because when you're young you don't see how much is behind the idea of living when you grow up. And I think that's what gave me the best experiences. That's made me realise there is so much more to living away from home than just paying the bills and doing a food shop. There is so much more to it, and I think that's the experience I loved. Is like I loved having this experience of doing my stuff myself. That when I get to the age of actually being able to move completely out of home and living on my own, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that experience, and I'm excited just to get out there and do it. I mean, I love coming home. I love the idea, like, I'm on holiday right now, I'm home, and I love the idea of not having to do the washing up all the time, not having to do the hoovering, not having to do my own washing, because honestly it's such a relief when you don't have to think about what you're having to like cook for yourself. So it is great. Another thing about halls is I've had a great experience of meeting people in halls and going to their flats if I need to, or having my friends come over. And that's a good thing about halls, is that everyone is most people are first in halls, but it's very quick and easy for people to get to people's flats, because most halls are around the same area. So you can easily get to someone's flat very quickly and just, hang out, watch a movie together, just chat, catch up, have which I really love. Because I know in second year, when you move into houses, you can be travelling half an hour away from your house just to see someone. It does make going to see them a little bit less, but it also means that you'd want to see them a lot more. But I'm very excited for that to happen for next year. But I am also I am very relieved that my friend literally lives upstairs 2 floors above me, and if I ask her to come down, she'll come down, or I'll go up to hers whenever. Moving on to friendships at uni, making friends at uni is very, I would say, easy, because everyone, when you start in freshers or first year, everyone's in the same boat. But if you think about it, I was definitely worried when I went to uni that I was going to go back to the time when I was at school. Like, when I went to college, I was exactly the same. I thought I wouldn't make friends, people were going to hate me, because when I started school, in secondary school, I wasn't exactly the most liked person. Not mainly because I was always shy, and also I had a lump in my throat, so people bullied me from that. It was just things were different back then, and I always look back on that, and that's the way I go, people aren't going to like me. So I went to uni thinking I'm not going to make friends. It was the complete opposite. I made friends so quickly. I made a ton of friends. I'm not saying I've definitely made my friends for life yet. Like, I know they say when you go to uni, you will make your friends for life until like when you're there, but you don't know. Like, I remember when I first started, I had this group of friends, and I thought, oh yeah, they're gonna be my friends till forever, and half of them I don't even speak to anymore. Like, out of that group of people I speak, apart from my flatmates, there's 2 other people I still speak to. The other ones I don't really speak to anymore. And it's just the way things go. Like, things don't go the way you think they're gonna go just because you say, oh yeah. Like, I feel like we all make a rush to try and think we're gonna make our friends for life, but bearing in mind, I'm living with 3 people next year that I don't really know. Like, I know them and I've met them, but I haven't really, sat around and got to know them properly yet. But I'm excited. I like making more friends, and I think I'd rather make more friends than think, oh yeah, I've made my friends for life and stick with that one group of people, because if anything happens and you fall out, who have you got to go to? And it is nice at uni having a lot of different friends, because when you're not at home and you can't be around people who know you well enough, and you're in a really down mood, it's nice to know you've got other people to go to. If so say one person, you can't go to one person because they're busy or they're out, or like say your flatmates go on a night out but you're not going out and you're feeling really down, who have you got to call then? Who have you got to go to? So having a lot of different friends is nice, and also having different mixtures of friends. Everyone is different as it is. So when I made friends with all these people, it was actually a relief, and I've made some of my closest friends through my calls more than my flat. I this isn't right to try on my next point, is that how I made my closest friends part of group work. But in my course, there's like 700 something people doing like my course, or like around the same units as me, and I've been very lucky within that. I've made several different friends, and I'm really close with quite a few of them. Actually, before I go, people should count how many times I say because that's actually all I do. But I made so many friends in my course, and a lot of my closest friends are actually 3 girls from my marketing group. I mentioned this in the vlog, but 3 of my closest friends are in my marketing, or were in my marketing group this year, and I was very lucky that I made a group of friends that I trust and actually get on really well with. And I hope that we remain friends because they're like the nicest people ever. Like, literally genuinely love it, and I just they're people I can be myself around, and I love it so much. Another way I made friends was through Freshers Week. In Freshers Week, so much happens. You do so many different things. You go out, nights out with and it always starts off you go out with your flatmates, but then you make other friends during like induction classes, and then you might go out with them. Luckily for me, in Freshers Week, my flatmate made a friend in his course, and that girl invited him to hers for pre-drinks, and this is where we met the group of friends we hung out with during Freshers, and at least three of those people we met in Freshers we're still really good friends with. So that's how I met like some of my friends, and then you just meet people out and you start talking, and then you kind of like exchange Snapchats, and they're on your Snapchat now for what, however long you keep them on Snapchat. You can delete them if you wanted to, but still. Okay, so now we're going to move on to stress, mainly uni stress and budgeting. I'm going to link that in with it because that is part of one of the points I've written down. So first off, money stress / budgeting. I had a problem. When I got my first drop of student loan, my rent wasn't going out till October, so I had like £2,000 in my account. First time I've ever had that amount of money in my account at one time. Like, I've earned more than that over the last 3 years when I was working, by the end of the years, but not in one go do I have that amount of money in my account. Even when I had like £600 in my account, that would be gone within 2 weeks. So, for me, I struggled with budgeting this whole year, because as soon as you struggle in the first term of budgeting, it goes downhill for the rest of it. Some people can pick themselves back up, but some people can't, and I'm very bad. When I have money, I will spend it. For example, I got given 40 quid on Sunday, and it's all gone now, and it's Saturday. I mean, I bought things I wanted to with it, and I've actually bought stuff that's helping me with revision, so it does come in handy, but it is kind of annoying when you know you had this amount of money at some point, and then suddenly it's gone. In first term, I decided to spend all my savings on doing the clothes shop. I then spent all my money. I spent a lot of money on stuff I didn't need to buy, and then I went out a lot, which made me spend even more money. Then I ended up having no money, or I ran out of money, and then I had an overdraft, and I'm now deep into that overdraft. Unfortunately, it's not what I want, and I know if I can get a job in the summer, I can get that overdraft back up, and that's not what's bothering me. It's just, it is stressful when you look at your account and you're like, have I got enough money to a food shop this week? Have I got enough money to do my washing this week? Have I got enough money to have a social life this week? Probably not. And you're like, oh no, and then you stress yourself out. Like, I don't know how many times I've called my mum just saying, I don't have the money for this, I'm starting to stress, I can't do this. And it's like, literally not that I'm asking my mum for money, because I know they can't give me money. It's just, I'm pretty much saying, it's just to get the stress off my chest for like 2 minutes, because as soon as I put the phone down, I will stress over it. Something I will give you advice about that is, don't stress too much on it, because as much as it is stressful, it is not the biggest deal. It's something you can do as long as you paid your rent, as long as you can get some food. That's fine. Just limit yourself and try to stop getting snacks when you want it just because you want snacks. That my advice is, because especially the fact that I spent a lot of money on snacks during the week, because I go to my Sainsbury's, and there's Sainsbury's and there's like a kebab shop right opposite each other, and it's 2 minutes away from my accommodation, so I can easily walk to the shops and get food and snacks whenever I want to. I advise you to get snacks when you do your food shop, something like crisps, biscuits that you can keep in the cupboard for any time you want a snack. But guess what you're really going to like, not just something you think, oh, it's there, but then I could go to and get this, it'll be nicer. So then you don't have to keep running to the shop to get snacks. Because the worst thing about it is when you have deadlines, that's the thing you're going to want more food about. Save the money for that if you want snacks for them. That's why part of me is excited to live in a house next year, because to get to shops it's going to take a lot longer, longer than 2 minutes to get there. So hopefully it'll stop me from buying food, because the problem with me again here, living at home, I live in a storage from shops and I'm always there. Another thing that stressed me out, especially in the first term, was finding people to live with. Now, some people are lucky that they will live with the people they lived with the first year with their flatmates. And don't get me wrong, I wanted to at first. Part of me is glad I'm not now, because as much as I love my flatmates, I don't think I could live with them for another year. That's just all I'm saying. I probably could if I was in that situation, I would, but I was stressing about finding people to live with, and they were just like relaxed, and they didn't think, oh yeah, we don't need to find a house yet. They actually found one in like January, which is fine. For me, I'm lucky. I stressed for so long about it. Like it really stressed me out. I was crying, messaging friends. Luckily, I did find a group of people. I got asked by my friend from show choir if I still needed a place to live, people to live with, and I was like, yes. She asked me to live with this group of people, and so I was going to live with them, and then things fell through with that group, so then I was back to square one, stressing about who I'm living with. Then one person who was also going to live with these people actually ended up asking me if I needed a place to stay, if I still needed people to live with, and if I did, they've got a room available in the house they're looking at. So I was like, yeah, I need a place to stay, and I took the opportunity, and that's how I found the people I'm living with next year. And the stress just went out of the window once I got that sorted out, and I'm very happy I did, because I mean, generally, I've only met the person I'm living with briefly, like only occasional times, but he's genuinely really nice, and I can't wait to actually live with him next year, and the other two next year. There's 4 of us living in a flat next year, well, not a flat house next year, and I'm excited for it now, and that was the stress, literally, it's just gone. So another thing of stress, which is the main part of uni, is deadlines. Now, university is not just about social life. It is not about making friends. It's also about getting a degree. And to get a degree, you've got to meet these deadlines and get your grades. Deadlines is the most stressful thing I have ever had. Mainly because my 3 main deadlines were on the same day, at the end of the second term, when they had time to give us some of these coursework, or at least one of the pieces of coursework, before Christmas, to get done before Christmas, because it had nothing to do with our coursework, with like our other piece of coursework. It just literally had nothing, so we could have done that back then. Like, she just left it till the last term, so we got it in February, and we had it from February till the 29th of March. Now, that's enough time to get an essay done, don't get me wrong. It took me a week to write it. No, 4 days to write my essay. But the point is, it was very stressful time, and I'm pretty sure anyone who saw me around that time, I was not exactly in the best of places. I had 3 pieces of coursework to do, and I was so stressed. I was just like, no. Just no. Don't talk to me. My only best friend was my coffee. But I got it done, but it was very, very stressful. And I honestly don't want it again, but I know it's going to happen again. But oh well. I always remember my first ever deadline at uni was the 2nd of November 2017. It was my flatmate's birthday. And even that I was stressing out, and it was the first one, like, we had no clue what to do. But another thing of advice is to say, as much as it is stressful, and deadlines are stressful, and uni work is stressful, try not to stress too much, because The more you stress, the less likely that work's going to happen. And the less likely that work's going to happen, the less time you have to do it. I will just say this from the fact that I know a lot of people in my course hadn't finished their essay or hadn't even started it till the day it was handing in day, and it was stressful because then we went to go out that evening as well, and you see the stress. You just, no. Do not leave your work till last minute. As much as it sounds good, do not. I guarantee you will regret it. Another thing that stressed me out a lot this year, and will probably stress me out again next year, is group work. Group work is the bane of my existence. I literally hate it. I love making friends in group work, and it's great. Great fun making friends in group work. It's always nice. I know that's partly the reason they do it, because when you're at work in the future, you're probably going to be put in groups, or you're going to be working as part of a team. If you can't work as a part of a team now, how are you going to do it in like the real world? That's understandable. But group work, when you've got deadlines and you've got so much to do, it's just stressful. When you get along with your group as well, it turns from doing work to just having a chat. And that chat takes about 20 minutes, and then you realise you've got work to do. And it just delays more time. But it is just stressful making sure everyone can go to the group meetings. Like, I had one unit, and I honestly could not tell you how relieved I was that it was over. Actually, I think I did tell you. I told you in a vlog, because it was the night I went to Springs with my friend. I was having a whole bottle of Lamborghini in the kitchen. That group work, literally, I honestly don't know how to address how much I disliked doing group work. I love my group, disliked my group work. So that stressed me out, but in the same ways, it's another way of making friends. So I guess it's a half and half situation. Societies, again, this is a big part of the university. They do it. Every university has societies. What societies each university have is different, mainly because it's more the students that run these societies. Then, yeah, students run the societies, not like teachers and lecturers. So it's up to whatever the students want, and then they create it. One thing is that you can create your own society. At least at my uni, if a society's not there and you want it, you can create it yourself and pitch it to the union, and hopefully they will pick it up and say, yes, we're going to do this, you can do this. So I definitely say society is the biggest thing. When you go Freshers Week, when you go Freshers Fair, sign up for meditation sessions, and at least sign up for one society. It took me 5-6 weeks before I actually joined the society I always wanted to, and once I did, I fell in love. So if I haven't told you enough, show choir is the society I joined, and I love to sing, so for me it was like, okay, this is perfect. I literally sing in my room about 4 or 5 times a day. I'm pretty sure my upstairs neighbour gets annoyed with me for singing, because I sing all the time, and I do sometimes feel bad, but it's my room. I'm not gonna really stop. But the point is, that's why I joined show choir, because it gives me my opportunity just to sing, have fun, make friends with people who enjoy the same thing. And I remember when I first started, I was so shy, I didn't want to talk to people. Then I found 2 other people in my year who I made friends with, and we all lived in the same accommodation, so it was even more about that we could all meet before going. But then they stopped going, or they didn't turn up to many, so I ended up having to like make friends with other people, and by that point I made friends with like most people in my show choir, and I literally love them. I started doing more social events. I went to the Masters to watch them perform. It has been the most incredible society I ever joined, and I honestly couldn't be more thankful for the people who run show choir, kept it going. Couldn't be more thankful for everyone in there for including me and things, and I couldn't be more grateful to be part of it. Like, I am so shy of singing in front of people that when they did bring and sing last week, which is when anyone can sing if they want to, I would not have got up there. And surprisingly, I got up there twice and I sang Emma's theme from Once Upon a Time, a musical episode in season 6. I kind of messed that up slightly. But then I also sang the Cup song, which was in Pitch Perfect, and I honestly am so happy I did it. Honestly, it boosted my confidence a little bit, so I'm very happy about it. So yeah, Also, a social, and I'm going to move on quickly to social life in uni. I've had the best experience with social life, but social nights out is even way more fun. Especially when I first started going out, I had never gone to a club before uni. So I did my first clubbing experience Freshers Week on the Wednesday, and it was so surreal, I guess. It was a different experience. I never had that experience in my life. I remember there being like some kind of like mob thing in the middle of prison. I was right down the front with my flatmate, and I lost my flatmate, and I was like, oh, what do I do? But in the end, I had so much fun. I loved that night, and I've loved going out since. And I'm glad I actually had that opportunity, because if I didn't go to uni, I probably would never have experienced clubbing, and I'd have been too scared to go into a club. No, I've definitely had different experiences at clubbing. I've been kissed several times in the club, and I've been elbowed in the back. I've cried in a club, and I've actually had a blackout night, which I don't even want to talk about. So, you know, things happen, and honestly, that's all I can say is about social life. It's been so much fun. So I'm actually gonna end the video here as it's already long. I know I said I did advice, but I think I linked some advice into it. But if you do want a Q&A, like if you want advice, or you just want, maybe I'll do a Q&A about uni. So if you do want one, please comment down below if you want a Q&A about uni, or like, you want to ask questions, and I might do a Q&A about it. I will probably ask this over Twitter. But thank you for watching, and I'm going to end the video here. If you did enjoy it, please give it a huge thumbs up. Maybe leave a comment. If you're a uni student, you can leave comments about your experience at uni this year so far, or any years, because obviously there's different ones in different years. Or if you're going to uni in September, please give a comment of what you're most excited about. If you do want any advice or tips on uni that I haven't covered in this, but you just want me to message you, tweet me, I will reply. Or like I said, I might do a Q&A. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up and even subscribe, and I will see you again soon with another video.